Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 230. I got my coffee in my knitting Jedi mug. Pumpkin spice creamer. And today is Friday, November 17th, 2023. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today it is all knitting. What else do I say? I will have my show notes right down there in the description box. Click the word more and everything should drop down for you. I'll have everything that I talk about today down there. I'll have links to patterns, yarns, bags, all that good stuff right down there. I will have the information of the knit along that I'm doing with Amie from Happy Little Yarn and Lazy Lemons, Lindsay from Lazy Lemon Creations. I'll have their YouTubes down there. I'm not going to talk about it too much today because I've talked about it every week, it feels like. But all the information for that cal will be right down there. It ends November 30th, so you have like a week and a half-ish left. What else? I will have reading and watching, and yeah, I have 2 finished objects and 2 whips, and that's it. I have some stash, I have some gifts, I have some dream cast-ons or next cast-ons, something like that. First I want to talk about, I forgot to talk about this last week, and I'm like, the new Knit Picks Felici came out. I made a big thing on Instagram about it. I talked about it, and that's why I forgot to talk about it here, because I'm like, I already talked about it. I don't need to talk about it again. But I keep forgetting that not everybody has Instagram. So it's, I can't even pronounce it. It looks like Felici, and then it has an N-I at the end. So F-E-L-I-C-I-N-I. In my opinion, I am not a fan. Not a fan. I did not purchase any. Sorry, my edges. I did not purchase any, and I do not plan to purchase any. It is now sold in 100-gram balls, which I have mixed feelings about that. It is, I feel like it's more money, but I'm not positive. I know Felici, the price went up and down all the time. So I thought that it was $5.99 or $6.99 a ball. Maybe it's $5. I don't know. I think it was $5.99. But anyway, I think it's like $13 or $14 for a full skein, which is still a good deal. But they changed the stripes. I think a lot of people complained that they didn't like. For me, I think I was getting 9 or 10 row stripes with the Felici. And so now they changed it to like 1 to 3 stripes, or 1 to 3 rows per stripe. And depending on your gauge, that's not gonna, I don't think that's gonna stripe. I think it's gonna like do the micro striping, which is not self-striping. It's more like variegated to me. That's just my opinion. If you like 1 to 3 stripe rows, then have at it. Let me know what you think. I don't know if the base is exactly the same. So yeah, if you bought it, let me know what you think of it. But I think I'm still mad about Felici, so I'm just like, nah, I don't want it. So that is the new Felici. I have saw it. I have gotten lots of messages saying, hey, did you see it? Yes, I saw it. So I want to put this out here so that you all know that I know about the Felici. I didn't really care for the colors either. I don't know, which is weird because I am like, I love all colors, but I don't know, maybe I think I'm just still mad about the Fleechy, but it's okay. I got lots of yarn. I'll be all right. Okay, I think that's my spiel. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. My shawl. I'm gonna talk about my shawl. And I got my Brave Little Toaster t-shirt on. I love it. I love Brave Little Toaster. It was my favorite movie when I was little. Which seems weird because a lot of people are like, that movie was so scary. And I'm like, I didn't think it was scary. So this is my, what is this called? Shifting Chevrons? Schlanket by Stephen West. I call it a schlanket because look at this thing. And I did all Nick Vick Stroll. Oh. So this is my shawl that I'm wearing. I think I've worn this once on the podcast. I love it. I mean, look at it. It's like, it could be a backdrop. Okay. I think we can start with finished objects. Okay, first, before we start, I don't want to have to repeat myself over and over and over with each whip and finished object. Spoiler alert, they are all socks. I am on the sock train and I am loving it. So all of my socks are knit with Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord, because I do magic loop, 2.5 millimeter needle, US 1.5. I do 64 stitches, 12 rows of 2x2 rib for the cuff. All of the patterns, the pattern for all of these is Magic Loop, Vanilla Sock on Magic Loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. I don't want to have to repeat that 4 times with all of these, so I think that's it. If I miss something, all of my notes down below with my whips will have the needle and the pattern down there. So if you didn't hear what I said, it is all down there. Okay, so that might make this a little bit shorter because I just said everything about my needles and whatnot. Oh, I'm excited to be on the sock train. Choo choo. Okay, finished object number 1. I finished my Yarnable socks. Look at these. Look how it pooled. I love it. It's like tigery stripes. So this is Yarnable. This is November 2023 colorway. And it is Cinnful Delight. Like, it was cinnamon themed this month. I think I talked about that last week. Not a big fan of cinnamon, but I love this colorway. So these are me, or these are me. These are for me. I believe I did 70 rows for the leg on these. Love them. And this is 85-15 base, superwash merino nylon. I really love it. It's very plump and soft. I've been wearing some of these, my Yarnable socks. I haven't had any issues yet. So yeah, love it. I'm excited about the December one. I hope it's like in your face Christmassy. I hope. If not, it's okay. All right, that is a finished object number 1. Finished object number 2. Oh, I love these. I don't remember. I think I'm pretty sure I had at least 1 sock done last episode. Pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure both of these, let me look in my notes here from last week. I'm pretty sure these are both whips. Yep, they were both whips, so I don't know what stage I was. Look at these. And my lighting is not the greatest today because it is rainy today. I have all the lights on that I can possibly have up here. Oh, look at these. So these are West Yorkshire spinners. This was the Christmas colorway from last year called Gingerbread. I love these. I had so much fun knitting these. And I decided to like invert the stripes so they don't match, but you have red and green, green and red, red and green. So I just started. When I start my socks, I start right in between the color change for my cast on, and I do a long tail cast on. And the heels are different too. I worked from the outside of the cake for both of these. When I got to the heel, I pulled from the inside. So we have the green and green, and then as I think this was my first one. Pretty sure. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that. And then as it went on, I'm like, I don't care. It would have been nice to have like a mini, but I didn't. And so then what I decided for the second sock, since I inverted it, it's red and red. So it's like, okay, now I don't care. I love that. These are for me. I also think I did 70 rows for the leg. Pretty close to it. Usually with the self-striping, I try to stop before I do my heel flap at a certain stripe, so the rows might not be totally like right at 70. But I try to get it to be, I like 6.5 to 7 inches for my leg. I like long legs. And I think that's it. These are also mine. And I need to, I have a box of Christmas socks and I need to count to see how many I have. I feel like I could start wearing my Christmas socks now. I'd probably still have enough for like the whole month of December, but love them. Love it. All right, and that is all of my finished objects. I don't remember where I was on these. I had a progress keeper in there, and then when I finished them, I took all the stitch markers out, and then I'm like, oops. I probably should have kept the progress keeper there. I think I probably just had a cuff. Maybe like this much? I don't know, but these went fast. I am like in this monogamous knitting mode and it's weird. It's like I do a sock and it's like, all right, I'm just gonna work on these until it's done. It's like, okay, now I can start another sock. And it's just like, also, I forgot to mention, I don't remember what day it was. Was it, I think it was Tuesday? Yeah, I think I finished these on Tuesday. And I'm like, all right. I had like maybe a half hour before like bed. And I'm like, well, let's put a few rows on something else. And I had no whips. I did not cast on a new sock. I finished those and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go to bed. So I went to bed with no whips. Oh my, that was weird. I mean, I don't have any blankets. It was absolutely 0 whips. Surprised I slept. But the next morning, I casted 2 socks on, so it did not last long. All right, whip number 1. Oh, my favorite Christmas bag. Well, I don't know. I like the other one too. One of my favorites. My Grinch bag. This is from Stitching Plaza. Love it. It's got presents on the inside. So, oops, I wasn't supposed to show this one first. Oh well. Well, in the show notes, just flip it around. Just flip it around. This one I don't have a lot done, so I was going to show this one last. Oh well, I'm already talking about it. Where's the tag? So this is Night Owl Fibers. This is her 75 Superwash Merino, 25% nylon base. And this was the Christmas 2023 colorway. I purchased this like in August, July. It was a pre-order. So she does not have these in her shop anymore. She did, the past like couple of years, I think she's done like a Halloween and a Christmas like colorway. And I have bought them this year and last year. I really love them. Last year I got them on DK. This year she did not do that. So we got unfingering. And I just have a cuff. Love it. I'm gonna really love these because there is, the mini is pink and there's no pink stripe in there, which I really love that. You know, it's nice to have a stripe that matches the mini until you start knitting it and you're like, you don't want your heel, when you do a heel flap, I guess it anyway, I don't want my heel flap to be touching this pink if the pink stripe is there. That makes sense. But there is a speckled stripe in here. Oh, I love it when there's a speckled stripe. Okay, see, it's like, it's a white speckled stripe. So here is what the cake looks like, since I don't have all the colors, but I have a sneaking suspicion if I am still on the sock train like I have been doing, and the monogamous knitting, these might be done next week. Love it. And yeah, that's it. Just a cuff. All right, I'm not gonna go through and change my show notes. So if you see that the whip's been switched, don't worry about it. Whip number one, or this was whip number one. This is now whip number two. This is in my Stitching the High Notes bag. I bought this probably a long time ago. This is probably 3 years old, maybe. The Christmas sloths. And that bright green, that like, that's my green. I mean, I love all greens, but I really like that one. Look at the Christmas sloths. That one's got, this one has earmuffs. Cute. This is the one that I've gotten a lot done, and I have a half finished object with this one. Man, I like timed myself. I cast these on the sock on Wednesday, and I finished it yesterday. So it's taking me about 2 days to do one sock. These ones I think I did the like a little bit shorter just because of the, like I talked about with the mini being a color in the stripe, and I don't want them to touch. So I think I did, maybe not. We have a sock. Oh, look at that. Lights flashing. So I believe I did 60, I think it was 68. Yeah, so I guess that's about normal. 68, 69, 70. So I finished this stripe, and I knew the pink was coming, and I didn't want it touching the heel flap, because that's what the mini was. Pink. So I decided, I'm like, okay, we're gonna stop. Because I could have done the red and then did the heel flap, but then I'd have, I don't know, I wanted a couple stripes. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just being a little picky. So then I did my foot, and I was going to not do the toes in the mini because I'm not a big, huge fan of pink. I mean, it's okay. I don't mind it, but I don't wear a lot of it. But I ended with the brown. Let's see, brown right there. And when I do my, when I cast these on with my long tail cast on, I do it right in between the mint and the red stripe, which is where I started. So I'd only have to cut out, not even any, maybe some of the mint. So I decided, I'm like, okay, well, this is where my sock ends. I'll just use the mini that it came with. So it's kind of close. We got 2 stripes between the foot and the toe, and we have 2 stripes in between the foot and the heel, so it's okay. And if you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. Use them to count my rows. So now that I feel like the second sock goes by so much faster. Because I take the markers off of this one and I put it on the one that the second sock, and it's just like bing, 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 bing. It's just motivation for me to get all of these markers off the sock so that they're done. I forgot to talk about, I didn't even say what the color it was. just getting all excited here. Freckled Whimsy. Dream a Little Dream. This was the yarn of the month for December 2022. It's 12 stripe repeat. And I was like, no, it's not. So what she did, I love it when, I think Mustache Yarn did this once. I think with her Christmas, her gingerbread one. So we have the peach, and then we go through the stripes, and then we have pink. And then we go through the stripes, and then it's peach. So this stripe right here, she changed it from peach to pink, peach to pink, peach to pink. So technically it's 6, but not really because she did that. So just the repeats are very, they're longer, but I love it. And I see Mrs. Claus or Santa. I see Santa because we have pink for the rosy cheeks. We got, you know, the white and red for his beard and his hat. I'm not sure about the greens. Maybe he has a Christmas tree. I don't know. He got his boots. One sock done. And I do have the second sock cast on. Set that down. So I have about 14 rows. I got 14 rows of the leg. And I will have these matching since that happened. Since it was a 12 stripe repeat, I was afraid that I'd have to cut out a lot. But it was like, it was meant to be how it ended. So I'm like, okay, these are meant to match. So, yep, here we go. These, if you're watching this on Monday, I am 99.999% sure that these will be done when you're watching this. So hop over on Instagram to see if I finished them. I have a feeling they're gonna be done on Sunday. Maybe Saturday, maybe, no, tomorrow. They'll be done tomorrow. I'm gonna place bets. We have like a chill weekend before like the Thanksgiving madness starts. So we're not going anywhere this weekend. So I will have lots of knitting time, hopefully. It seems like I get more knitting time done when like my husband's working and my kids are at school. So the weekends I feel like I don't get as much done. I still knit, but which is weird because I, you know, during the week I do all my chores and stuff and it's like, all right, I have nothing to do, let's knit. I guess, I don't know. I don't know how that works. It's just how it is. All right, that is all of my knitting. I better put the sock back in the bag so I don't lose it. All right, that is all my whips. I think we'll talk about my next cast on. After these 2 socks, I only have 1 more Christmas yarn left. Is it possible that I'm gonna blow through all of my Christmas yarn before December? What am I gonna do? Don't worry, I think I got it figured out. I got lots of Advent socks. So I kicked this up yesterday. This is my last one. And I am aware that with the, like, this is West Yorkshire Spinners. And this is Nutcracker. I am aware that I can just knit, since this is like a ball, or it's not a skein, I think it's like a ball. I could just knit from the ball. I don't have to wind it up. But it seems like with a lot of the commercial yarn, sometimes there's knots. This one did not have any. But if there is knots, I want to be prepared. There's nothing worse than knitting, and then you get a knot, like right in the middle of the row. So you gotta tink back, and then you gotta figure out your stripes. So that is why I've always cake all of my yarn, commercial, pattern crochet, indie dyed, all of it. I cake it all up. But this has sparkle in it. I'm sure you can see that. So these are going to be next. Not sure when I'm going to cast on. Maybe Monday. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. We'll see what Thanksgiving plans are. But probably Monday, I'm going to guess. So that is my last Christmas. My last Christmas yarn. That's it. I thought I had way more, but I don't. So I did purchase the Christmas Freckled Whimsy Club, and I'll probably keep it for a year. And I have it on DK right now, but I think maybe towards the middle of the year, I might switch it to fingering weight, and then I'll have yarn for Christmas socks next year. I think that I might do that. We'll see. I know you can, once you sign up, if you sign up for like this subscription service, you get a deal, but also you can like change your base at any time. So if you want to get like 3 months of DK, and then after that you want to get fingering, then after that you can get 3 more months of DK if you want. Or if you want to try a different base for a month, you can do that. I love it. I love Freckled Whimsy. She is my favorite. Freckled Whimsy, mustache yarn. Nomadic yarns and Night Owl fibers are like neck and neck. I haven't really knit with nomadic yarns in a long time. It seems like it's really hard to get her yarn in the base that you want when she does her updates. She used to have a lot of just dyed to order. You could pick your base, but it took a long time to get it. But I guess that stressed her out too much, so she switched things up. So now it's just like, I missed it. I want that base. Oh well. Okay, I want to talk about this one. It's not really Christmassy, and I don't know. I think I might save this for my Christmas Eve cast on. This yarn, I feel like everybody knit this yarn. I got it a little late, and then it just sat in my stash. I want to say like 2018. Everybody was knitting this pair of socks. This is the Arnie and Carlos Regia, color 03657. I feel like everybody, it's like a teal with white and a little bit of reddish, orangish. I feel like everybody knit this colorway. I forgot what it's actually called. When I bought it, it had a name on it, but now on the actual tag it doesn't, and I don't know what it's called. If you know, let me know. What is this called? Is it Starry Night? No. I don't know. I think it's like Starry Wintry something. So I don't know if I'm going to save these for my my Christmas Eve cast on, or if I'm like, I don't know what to knit, I'll just knit this. I do have a lot of opal. I bought an opal advent from Purple Circle Yarn Co. I knit 1 pair of scrappy socks with that. And now that I like the heel flap and gusset, I think I'm going to knit myself another pair, but I haven't decided if I'm going to wait and like open a couple of them and then just like mix them in. I'm not going to keep them separated. So I don't know if I'll open a few, or maybe I'll just make a whole nother pair with the advent from last year, and then I'll open this year because I did buy it. Knit a pair from that and then mix them together. I love the scrappy socks, especially those opal. Love it. All right, so that is my potential cast on. I don't know when you'll see this, but I was digging around and I saw this and I'm like, oh, that's kind of Christmassy. Everybody was knitting that in December. All right, I have some Happy Mail. I got some gifts. All right. I will link this shop down below. This is Craft Nut Yarns. This is Heather. This one is Under the Sea with Coral Reef. Oh, Coral Reef Mini. I'm like, I thought reef and mini was all one word, and I'm like, what? Look at this. Green. She's like, I want to send you some green yarn. I'm like, okay. Don't twist my yarn. This is 75-25 base. I'm not sure. I'm assuming I'll do socks. I don't know if I'll do the mini with it. Maybe I'll use it for something else. But I do love this green. And then this one is Katniss Evergreen, which I love that. The Hunger Games. It's not, I don't think her name is Ever, I think it's Everdeen, isn't it? But it's Evergreen, I love it. I love that pun. So I have a green skein. This might be in a shawl, maybe. We'll see. I mean, this will look good for heels, toes, and cuffs, too. I don't know. I don't know yet. But it will sit in my stash, and I will marinate to see what it wants to become. Love it. So thank you. Thank you, Heather. And let's see. I think this is Devin. Devin. They did their mystery knit along from this year. They got a kit and it didn't go well, and I felt so bad that it didn't go well. And they're like, do you want my tags and my sticker? I'm not going to use them. I know you like the West knits. Can I send them to you? I'm like, sure. So now I feel like I got the proper West knit tags that you can sew on your shawls. 100% amazing. I love it. Hand wash, dry flat. So there's 4 of these. And then there's this one, the most famous one. Oh. I mean, someday I would really, really love to get a kit from him. But dang, that's pricey. I don't know if you can buy just the, like, the goodies. I think he said I think he did that this year, but I'm not sure. But even then, I'm like, I don't know how much shipping is gonna be. And then here's the sticker. Love it. So thank you, Devin. I got this in the mail and I'm like, whoa, what's this? And then once I saw the name, I'm like, oh, I know who that is. So that was my happy gift mail. Oh, my foot is really asleep. Okay. Oh, so tingly. And I don't want to hear it about sitting on the floor. This is, if I sit in a chair, you would not get to see my pretty yarn. So that's why I sit on the floor for you. Okay, I'm going to show a couple of my advents that I got all of my advents in the mail. I'm like, oh, yes. I was waiting for my Harry Potter one from Dragon Horde Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations. There was a little like mix up with that when I ordered it. I ordered it from Dragon Horde Yarn. I did not get like the confirmation email saying that I purchased it. So I was a little concerned, but when I did that, I did a screenshot just to like save my butt. I did not get an email saying it's been shipped either. So, and then it just showed up and I'm like, oh, phew. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, it's all good. I have it. I'm so excited. I am so excited for Advent knitting. Oh my. So I got my, I don't know if I talked about this. I got my Cozy Knitter Advent. I feel like a dum-dum. So I purchased this in, I think August? No, July. I think whatever first round her pre-orders was. I think it was in July. I ordered it and I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. Did she raise her prices? I'm like, well, I guess. I mean, I love it. Whatever, I'll purchase it still. I got it in the mail and I'm like, what? Minis? I didn't order 2 minis. I looked at my receipt. I ordered 2 minis. So, guess what? I'm not using my Patton's Croy this year. I feel like such a dum-dum. I'm like, I was afraid that I got somebody else's order and I was kind of freaking out a little. I'm like, oh, somebody's going to want minis and they're not going to get them. But it's all good. I looked at my receipt. It said 2 skeins with 2 minis. So I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was just overly excited. And these are 30-gram minis. So I'm going to see how much, if I can do heels, toes, and cuffs with one. And if I can, I will have one for next year. Unless I accidentally order it again. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about running out of yarn for heels, toes, and cuffs. So I'm just going to use this. Oh my. And I have it in the packing. I noticed that some people got other stickers and someone got the old ones. So she's doing new stickers. So this might be the last year that I have this sticker. But oh, I'm excited. I have not opened it yet. As you can see, still sealed, but I know she did something different this year and I'm kind of excited. We'll see. I hope it's, I don't know if she said it was like a gradient, because sometimes with the gradients it's really hard to tell like the color stripes, like where they stop and end. So we'll see. I'm excited. I will be, I don't know, Thanksgiving weekend I might open this, or maybe sometime next week. Before Thanksgiving. If I open it and cake that, I'm not going to show it until the 1st. I won't be showing the skein. I'll just be showing it, the stripes that I knit per day. And then I got Freckled Whimsy. I like this one because you don't have, you can start wherever you want. She said she intentionally, let's see. Not all skeins will start at the same color. This is intentional so that everyone has slightly different socks. There's no right or wrong end to start with. Love that. I know the Cozy Knitter, she's very like particular on where you start. Sometimes it's confusing. I know a lot of people had tags on one end, and I don't know if I had that problem. I had tags on one end and they start on the other, and it was like, it was mislabeled or something. I don't know, but she wrapped it this year, so I was excited about that. And this is Serendipity Base, and I got two 50-gram cakes, 2 50-gram skeins. And I did not get a mini. 20 grams is probably, it's cutting it close. I really, really, really hate yarn chicken. I hate it. It stresses me out so much. So when I have a mini, I usually just do heels and toes, and I know I have plenty. There is a 50-gram mini option, so maybe next year. I was trying to save some money, so that's why I also did not purchase a mini. A 50-gram would be a little bit more. I think her Serendipity base is the 75-25 base. Splendid is the 85-15. So, yeah. Maybe next year I'll splurge a little and get the 50-gram mini. That way I know I will have plenty. But I'm going to open this, cake it up, and I have, usually I do Lolo did it with this. I have like 3 or 4 grays that I just use for heels, toes, and cuffs, and I will pick the one that I think looks the best, and we will just go from there. And I'll do heels, toes, and cuffs in that. And so I have to cake up these so I can do my cuffs. I want to do all the cuffs before the 1st. So maybe the following week I'll focus on cuffs. Or if I finish all my Christmas socks, maybe I'll just do some cuffs. Huh, there's a squirrel on our roof. On our garage roof, he's just chilling, hanging out. I wish you could see it, but by the time I move the camera, you're not going to see it, and it's probably going to be far away so you can't see him. So that is all of my acquisitions. Like I said, I got my Harry Potter Advent, but I'm not going to show it. It's in a bag. I want to thank everybody for their comments about the Vlogmas. I think I'm just going to do it on Instagram, because my Instagram stories, because it's just too much to do a vlog every day and then a regular episode. So I feel like we're just going to do regular episodes this year. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I will have my day-to-day happenings. I've kind of been falling off the wagon on that a little bit. I try to like update like every 2 or 3 hours, and sometimes it's like, ooh, I haven't updated in a while on my stories. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure about like the stripes for the socks on my advents. If I post those as I'm doing them, people are gonna get mad if they're gonna get spoiled. I'm not sure I'm gonna do that. But if you are doing those advents and you personally cake those up yourself, then I don't see the problem, and you already seen all the stripes. So if you had somebody else wind those up, I guess unfollow me for a little bit, or don't look at my stories until you've finished your socks. That's probably more. I don't want you to unfollow me. Do your stripes, and then you can get on Instagram. Okay, reading and watching. It is 9:31 a.m. Okay, reading. Oh, I have to talk about this. Okay, first, before I say the book, I want to say that I'm not going to have any spoilers. I'm not going to talk about it in detail, but you all need to go and read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. You need to go right now and read them if you haven't. I finished Iron Flame on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and oh my goodness. I am so upset that we have to wait for the third book. There is no release date. I forgot to put this in the show notes, so maybe I'll write myself a note. Just a second. I can't write and talk at the same time, so un momento. Okay. So I finished Iron Flame. I was reading that on my Kindle. My heart. I can't wait for the next book. Oh, there was a big cliffhanger. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. I know a lot of people are still reading it. Not going to say anything. I read that on my Kindle. I waited like a day or two, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What book am I supposed to read after this? I'm still in shock that the book, it wrecked me, but oh my. So I've been listening to the Fantasy Fangirls podcast. They're on Spotify and YouTube. So if you have Spotify, like if you pay for it, you won't have ads in it. If you're watching on the YouTube, you're going to have ads unless you have the premium for YouTube. I like seeing their like reactions and their faces when they talk, so I usually just watch them on YouTube. But they did a like deep dive, talking very in depth with Fourth Wing, like all the theories, and they talked about what happened in every chapter, and I loved it. So they're doing one for Iron Flame. So I can't believe I read this book in like a week. Yeah, it came out Tuesday. I finished it the following Tuesday. It was that good. I just loved it. So they are doing another like deep dive, talk about the whole thing, the theories, everything. They're just gonna go in depth, and I love them. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just reread it. Because why not? I'm going to do it on Audible this time. I had a bunch of credits, so I just decided to get Fourth Wing and Iron Flame on Audible. And I have them on Kindle too. I love them that much. So each Monday they're doing it, like, if you follow them on Instagram, they have new episodes like every Monday from like now until like February. And they broke up certain chapters, so I'm going to read with them. I'm so excited. So they have an episode for Monday, which is when you're watching this, hopefully. They're doing chapters 1 through 6. But if you have not finished it, I want to preface this. I'm sure they say it in their episodes. If you have not finished the book, do not watch any of their episodes until you have finished, because they talk about everything. They talk about the whole book, not just the certain chapters. So if you haven't finished it, don't watch any of their episodes until you're done. I don't want to spoil anybody, because I think that's probably why I read it so fast, because I didn't want to get spoiled. It's like, can we give everybody like a couple weeks before we blab to the whole world, because I can't read that fast. I've got kids and I gotta clean and do dishes. I don't know how people can finish this book in like 2 days. Jeez. And I like my sleep. So that's what I'm reading. I don't think I'm going to talk about that I'm rereading it throughout this podcast or throughout my episodes, because it's only a few chapters, and like I said, they're going to end this in like February, end of February, so it's going to be a slow read, slow reread for me, but I loved it. So after I finished Iron Flame the first time, I'm like, well, I think I'm going to start, because they're also going to do a Court of Thorns and Roses series after they do Iron Flame. So I have read that series. I don't know if I read the last book. I think I stopped for some reason, because maybe the last book wasn't out yet. And I have no idea what happened whatsoever. I have a hard time like remembering what I read. I mean, I could say, yeah, I read that, and yeah, I liked it, or no, I didn't like it. If you want me to describe it for you, nope, can't do it. So I'm gonna try. I don't know if it's possible. I think they said the same thing with the Fantasy Fangirls podcast. They're gonna talk about the whole series. So I don't know if I can finish the whole series before they start their episodes, but I'm gonna try. I think there's 5 books, like 4 and like a mini one. So far I don't remember any of it. So I don't know, maybe this was something I read like when my kids were little. I don't even know when the series came out. I'm pretty sure I read it when it came out. But I do a lot of my reading at night, and sometimes I can't remember everything. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm falling asleep. So anyway, I am reading that on my Kindle. And I'm sure once the series, if I enjoy the series that much and I want to listen to the Fantasy Fangirl podcast episodes with them, I'll probably reread them. Because, why not? Why not? I am loving this fantasy romance genre so much. I think I found my, a lot of people are like, oh, I like the thrillers. I love them. I just read all of them. I think I found my genre, guys. All right, that's it for reading, I think. Watching, we still have Apple TV Plus, so everything I talk about is on there. I think we're going to cancel it like at the end of, or like the beginning of December, I think, because we're like pretty much done with everything that we wanted to watch on there together. I mean, I really didn't find anything that I wanted to watch by myself. There was a movie that I'm going to talk about, but a lot of the stuff both of my husband and I wanted to watch, so it just worked out. So we finished season 2. I love that show, but oh my, it is gory. I feel like this season was more gory than the first, and oh my. So if if you want to watch the show, I recommend knitting. And when you see a fight scene coming, just knit and look. Just look at your knitting. You're gonna hear some bad stuff, but you won't see it. I still love it. Then I think we have 1 or 2 episodes left of season 3 of Ted Lasso. I know I'm probably the last person on earth that has watched Ted Lasso. But I love it so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sad that it's ending. I would watch that series again. My husband's not a big rewatcher for seasons, we're gonna have a problem here in a minute. Like, there's Amazon left. I think we just have Amazon Video or whatever you want to call it left. Series wise, he's probably not going to do Peacock. I want to do it so I can rewatch The Office, but he's watched The Office once. He's like, I don't want to watch it again. So I feel like we're going to run out of TV shows because he doesn't want to rewatch stuff. Anyway. And I watched Spirited yesterday. That has Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell in it. It was cute. Loved it. It's a musical. I didn't know it was a musical until I was starting to watch it. I'm like, oh, this is a musical. It's the Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens play on that story. It was good. Loved it. That's it for reading and watching. Life stuff. Oh look, 51 minutes. And I thought I was going to have a short episode today. I hope you got a lot of knitting done. The weather, it's been hot. I have short sleeves on still. And it's November. Mother Nature, what are you doing? It's been in like the 50s and 60s this week. In the middle of November. What is going on? I think after today we have, I think the high is like, 55 today, something like that. But after today, the temperature is going to drop. And it's going to be back to 30s and 40s where it's supposed to be in November. So excited. I like 30s and 40s. That's just like, it's cold, but not too cold. No, I don't like the 20s or the zeros or the teens. It's a little too cold. But 30s and 40s, that's nice. Maybe I could do 25 to 30. I haven't been able to wear my hand knit socks all week, and it just makes me sad. So that's a weather update. What else? My kiddos are, I think, on the mend. I feel like my youngest daughters have just had a cold after cold after cold since September. So everybody is healthy. We're gonna knock on wood up here. Knock. Today they have a half day of school. They have all week off next week for Thanksgiving. The plan is we're gonna ship them to the grandparents for a couple days. For one grandparent, we'll have Thanksgiving, and then we'll leave them with my parents for a couple days afterwards. So we'll have, I'm crossing my fingers, we'll have like a few days of kid free, which will be nice and chill. And then maybe my husband and I can go out to dinner. We don't usually do that very often, it's not good, but they're getting older now, so we probably, could leave them at home now, but it makes me a little nervous. They're 11 and 13, so I feel like they'll probably be okay, but what else? I really don't have anything else. Goals. I'm just gonna keep knitting socks. Oh, I want to talk about the hybrid knit along. Oh my word, I almost forgot about that. So I was like, the Stephen West hybrid knit along. I'm like, I'm gonna knit it. I'm gonna do scraps. It's gonna be great. I've looked at the shawl. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see it. I got all my yarn out. I was gonna do, it's kind of like a fade. So I have a gray and then I was gonna go greens. I'm like, this is gonna be beautiful. And then yesterday, the pattern came out. And I don't know what happened. My brain's like, I don't want to do it. So I'm not. I don't know. Now this doesn't mean I might change my mind. I did buy the pattern. I love, it's a beautiful shawl. There's like lace work in there a little bit. I haven't done lace. Just like a little bit. Cast on day is December 26th. I was just going to go ahead and do it now and like get out one shawl before the, New Year. But then I'm thinking, I think I want to use that yarn for an MCal because I've had this like mini goal like way out in the distance because it might be a long time before I do it. But I wanted to knit all of his MCals, his past MCals. So I'm like, well, I'm trying not to buy yarn. Maybe I should use that yarn for an MCal and not for this shawl. So as of right now, on Friday, November 17th, I am not doing the hybrid knit along, but it might change. I don't know. I just want to knit all socks. I'm having fun with socks, especially this heel flap and gusset. I'm obsessed. So I'm just gonna knit all the socks. I think I should end it. I'm just rambling. I thought this was gonna be a half hour, and look, it's 56 minutes. Oh, 57 minutes. I hope you got lots of knitting done. And I'm thinking I'm still gonna be able to record Friday. I do not do the Black Friday shopping. No. I like to stay on my jammies and stay home. I don't even do a lot of like online shopping. I do some, but I'm not. I think I have to get like one more Christmas gift and I'm done already. I'm done for everybody. So I'm not a big going out and get those deals. I'm not gonna fight those crowds. I don't even know how bad it is now. If it's like better with all of I feel like a lot of people do online shopping now, but anyway, I'm gonna stay home on Friday. So if everything works out, I think I'll still be able to record on Friday and post a new episode on Monday. It is Thanksgiving week. But I still have Saturday and Sunday to record if Friday doesn't work out, or one of those days. Probably Friday or Saturday I can record. But I'm pretty sure I will have time to record next Friday. So I will still have an episode up unless I get sick or something. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. And your toes. All right, I'm going to stop rambling because this is almost an hour long. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. And hopefully I will see you next week.